Sorry, mate. Ah, that's better.
There you go, mate.
Look at that. Well done.
Good man. There you go.
Lovely. You know it's going to fall off at some point, didn't you?
Of course.
Right, so, Ash, I've just shown you a profile, haven't I, from the internet. You've confirmed it's you, and you've confirmed you've been speaking to someone who you probably shouldn't have been speaking to. You said you knew the age of the...
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Right, that's all right. What I don't want you to do is mention her name.
Yeah.
I don't want you to mention any personal details about her or yourself or other people that might be in the flat. You know, anything that you do say is kind of your own responsibility going forward, okay? I'm just going to ask you a quick series of questions. Like I said, it shouldn't take too much of your time. If you're just honest with us, you know, that depends where we go from there. But, you know, we do respect honesty, and, you know, it's going to go better for you in the long run, isn't it? Let me just grab a couple of notes. I'm going to, where is it? I'm going to record this because that ain't working, alright? Is that, that's the child there that you said you were speaking to, yeah? Okay. Can you remember the context of the chat? You said that some of it might have got a little bit inappropriate.
No, not particularly. Yeah,
No.
that's the right word.
No, you did mention about there was one occasion a little while ago, didn't you? Do you want to tell me a bit more about that?
I read it and I said I'd go pick her up and go for a drive and yeah.
Yeah.
And then I read it the next morning and I was just like, you twat.
When you reread it, what was there anything in particular in there that made you think you was being a bit of a twat? And
Just being a twat really.
what I'm getting at is, can you remember like the specific details, the things that was probably a little bit questionable?
Have a play, that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, without sort of, what I'm getting at is, what did you mean by have a little play? You know what I mean? Like, I need you to put it in your own words. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, play with a knob basically.
Yeah.
But and then I read it and it was like, oh no, and yeah.
Yeah. But you was very aware that it was a 13-year-old that you were speaking to.
Not at the time, I was just talking.
How come you didn't realise at the time that she was only 13?
Drinking.
And how long is it you said you've been talking to her for?
I don't know, a week, 2 weeks maybe.
So it only started, say, beginning of November-ish.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to let you in on a couple of little details that I know about. Okay, I know that this originally started on the 10th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been going on for a good 5 months now. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
No. I don't really, yeah.
Yeah, it started on the 10th of July. Can you remember who reached out to who first? Who sent the first message?
No.
You can't.
No.
Right. Again, you know, just to jog your memory a little bit, you sent the first message
Did I?
in which she replied, you know, where she was from and how old she was.
Yeah.
Can you remember where the context of the conversation went from there?
No, can't.
You can't. You know, the nature of the chat very quickly did go quite sexual. Yeah. You know, like you said, you arranged to try and meet her in the car. No. No. Why wouldn't you have met her?
It's just not right.
I mean, like I say, the chat's been going on for a good 5 months now. There was a little break in between, you know, where the conversation wasn't going quite as frequent.
Yeah.
But in total, I've counted at least 6 times where you've tried to arrange to meet this kid, and it's always the same sort of nature. It's always you want to have a play in the car.
No, I wouldn't have got him out.
Why was she so persistent on it then?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, for someone that wasn't serious about wanting to meet her.
No.
It was kind of like once a week.
I do it with my mates.
Well, you arranged to.
I arranged to meet them and then not go. And
Yeah, but do you arrange to meet them so they can play with your knob in your car?
no.
No. Why don't you do that?
So,
I mean, are you interested in men at all or anything like that, or no? Would you say you're interested in 13-year-old girls?
no.
No. So if you.
Yeah,
Just see what I'm getting at. If you're not interested in men,
know.
you're not messaging them to say you're going to come play with me knob in my car, but you are doing it to 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
It does throw a little bit of doubt on you saying that you're not attracted to them.
No, I'm not attracted to them. It's, I don't know. I get carried away just talking, and my mind goes, and yeah.
You're on the app that you've been using. Again, I don't want you to mention like the exact name of the app. You was an admin on another group where when you started talking to this 13-year-old, you invited her into the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Do you not remember any of that at all?
I don't remember being a
No, you added her to a group that you created an admin, and you asked her to watch a video of you. Can you remember what that video was?
No.
This was within the first day of you talking to her.
No.
It was within the first few messages. You pointed her to the group and said, "Go and watch this video." She asked what it was, and you said it was a video of you masturbating.
Yeah, I can't remember.
No, I can remember. I've seen the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got stills of it in there. If you want me to get one of the pictures out, just to jog your memory. Is it ringing any bells?
A little bit.
Do you know the other people that are in that group that you was an admin on?
Not personally.
No.
No.
What's the nature of that group? What's the intention of it?
To meet up with people. But it was more of a just to talk, really.
Because what it is you've actually done is you've invited a 13-year-old, someone who's openly said that she's 13 years old. She spoke about school and things like that. You spoke to each other about her doing her homework, and you know she's got the hobbies that a teenage girl would have. And what you've done is you've invited her into that group where you've exposed her.
Yeah, I don't really think it's just.
Well, it's a good job on me to let you know, because there's 99 people in that group. That's including you and her. There's 97 other people in there. There's other people that are in there that are attracted to children. What you've now done is by inviting that child into that group, is you've exposed her.
Yeah.
You know, when it's put to you like that, you're the admin of a group. You're inviting children in there. You're opening up to be exposed to other people that are attracted to children.
Fucked up big time.
Ash.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, mate, but where I come from, that sounds like a bit of a ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How aware of you of stuff like that going on in that group?
I'm not aware of it, to be honest.
No.
No,
I mean, you said it's all about like people arranging to meet each other for sex and having fun and stuff like that, and there you are, an admin, inviting a 13-year-old in. You're asking her to watch a video of you masturbating, and then literally the next conversation you had with her was about meeting up in your car.
Yeah.
I mean, do you often drink and drive?
No.
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 So I'm assuming on that occasion when you was in your car and you was messaging her that you hadn't had a
I
drink.
wasn't in my car.
Right.
I was in bed and drunk.
I mean, how aware is your missus of all of this that's going on?
Not really.
Not really, or not at all?
Not at all.
Because not really says to me that she knows. I mean, does she know that you talk to other people in like a sexual way on the internet? She doesn't.
No.
Okay. I mean, a couple of the times that you arranged to meet her was like school nights. Even though she said, you know, I've got to be up early in the morning, I've got to go to school. We're talking like, but we're talking close to midnight. I mean, are you drunk now?
No.
No. Have you had a drink today?
Yeah.
When's the last time you had a drink?
Lunchtime.
How much did you have to drink?
A cider.
Just a cider.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I mean, we've gone over that you was bored and you wanted to go for a drive and you invited her for sex. You know, you try to sort of like divert away from it. You know, it's just quite a serious nature of conversation. You try and divert it away by putting that you're only joking and like lol on the end of the messages.
Yeah.
But you're still saying the things beforehand. You're saying about meeting up for sex and things like that. Putting lol on the end of it doesn't then make it a joke, doesn't it? You've still, in short, you've committed an offence. You've asked a 13-year-old to come and have sex with you. I mean, can you remember some of the specific things that you was asking her to do? Actually, you've been asking a 13-year-old that you met on the internet, that you put into a group of like-minded people that are attracted to children. You've asked her to come and sit on your face while she sucks you off. I mean, when I first knocked on your door, I see the fleece that you was wearing for work.
Well, I don't work at Smith's. It's an old top.
Obviously, I said don't mention anything personal, didn't I?
Yeah,
But
sorry.
is it somewhere where you used to work?
Used to, yeah.
Are you working at the moment?
No.
Right. How often do you come into contact with kids though? I mean, obviously when you was working at that place you would have quite often,
no,
but
I was at the back. So
okay.
I don't really come into kids except from my nieces and my nephews.
Okay.
That's it.
How often do you see them?
I don't know. I haven't seen them for a while.
Yeah. Are you close to like their parents, so like your brother or sister or whoever it is you are? You know, because based on you being around kids and the stuff that's been going on in this chat, you know, it's quite vile.
Yeah.
You're very much breaking a lot of laws. There's a high probability those children are going to have to be spoken to.
Yeah.
And what's their ages, without mentioning their names? Are we talking like little nippers? Are we talking teenagers?
They're nothing like that. I wouldn't do nothing like that to them or to any kid.
Yeah. So, I mean, what age is it where you draw the line then?
18.
Well,
yeah,
not being funny, there's
I
a big arse folder down there that says, you know, you might draw the line a little bit lower than 18. You know, this one's 13 years old.
Yeah.
So how old is like your nieces and nephews then?
They're 5 up to 13.
13.
Mm.
Now let's put a scenario in your head.
Yeah.
You've just found out that I've been messaging your 13-year-old niece.
Yeah, I'd want to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said you can't remember a lot of it, and you know you've been honest about some of the stuff that I've asked you so far, but all this is going to be laid out in front of you because Ash, you are going to be arrested tonight.
Right.
Yeah, a call's already been made. The police are already on their way, and you're going to have to face this in the cold light of day.
Mm.
It's all going to be laid out in front of you, and there's going to be some stuff that's read back to you that's quite horrific, isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah. Are you all right just leaning back for me? You said when you was having sort of like general conversation with her that you play a lot of games. Is that console or PC?
Console, yeah.
Okay. The game that you mentioned that you play, let's be honest, it's riddled with kids on there, isn't it? Has there ever been any sort of...
I don't go on the mic or stuff like that.
You don't?
No. I
Okay.
don't like it.
No. Have you got a PC that you play on or anything like that, or a PC in general?
No.
A tablet? I'm not talking about just for gaming or anything like that.
No.
Okay. And the device that you've been using to talk to this little girl, is that on you now?
Yeah.
It is. Have you got any other devices in the flat?
No.
No. Because the police are going to want to go in there and are going to want to search. So if you have got any other devices in there, any flash drives, USBs, anything like that, it's probably best to let them know where it is now before they have to go in there and turn around to your missus and say, we're going to turn this place upside down. And
No, there's nothing like that.
no,
What pictures has he got on his phone?
Hmm.
What have you got on your phone? You got pictures of kids?
No, it's all right. You don't need to show us or anything like that.
You got pictures of kids? What about in that group you're in?
No.
What if people don't send each other pictures in that group?
No. Oh, I haven't had no pictures of people.
But you ain't opened the group up and there's pictures of kids in there?
No.
Because you have asked for pictures from this girl, haven't you?
Only like a face picture. See who I was talking to.
I mean, you did ask for explicit images, but I mean, to be fair, you did say to her, make sure they're not too sexy, because you don't want to get in trouble for it. So you have asked for explicit images from a 13-year-old. How many other children have you asked for images from?
None.
None at all? No. Just this one?
Yeah.
Okay. How many other children have you been speaking to? I'm not talking about currently at the moment, I'm talking about in general, as a whole.
None.
None.
Yeah,
so why just this one then?
I don't know, I just got chatting and...
You said you were speaking to 6 people online,
yeah?
Yeah,
they were older. They were 20 up to 45, I think.
I mean, how long have you been on the app that you've been using?
2 years, maybe.
2 years. It's coming up 3 years. Yeah, around about February time.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 years. And in the whole 3 years you've been on there, you've only ever spoke to one child in a sexual way.
Yeah.
So out of 3 years, only 5 months of it has been spent talking to kids. I'll ask you again, why just this one then? What makes her so special?
I don't know, it wasn't special, it was... She replied, like, kind of... I get lonely, even sitting there, she sits there and sits on her phone, and I get lonely, so I talk to people, and... I don't know, yeah.
I'll give you a minute to take in what you just said. Because I'm going to be honest, you're going to have to come up with a bit of a better defence than you get lonely, and that's why you talk sexually to kids on the internet.
Get lonely while you're sitting next to your missus.
Does your missus work at all?
No.
She doesn't?
No.
So, neither of you work, you're both indoors all the time, you get lonely, you reach out to kids on the internet to talk sexually to them, to arrange to meet up with them, to ask 13-year-olds to sit on your face. Like I said, Ash, you're going to have to come up with a slightly better defence than that. Because everyone gets lonely.
It was just... I was just talking and it's gone out of hand and wrong way.
So how's he start that group? You asked him what happened with that?
No, we asked what the nature of it was, why he started it. But you said it was just for meeting up with people and having a bit of fun. Is your missus aware that you're on that group and you're trying to arrange to meet people for fun?
If you started that group, you're admin, yeah? How did you know that other people have got the same interest in kids as you?
I haven't got no interest in kids.
Mate, listen, this tells us a totally different thing, and whatever you say ain't irrelevant. That's evidence to say that you do. So how did you know that other people did?
I don't know.
But if there's people in that group that is, you're admin, you added them. How did you know to add people?
I just wanted to talk to people.
Yeah, but how did you know that people in that group you could add? How did you know to put them men in the same group as a kid?
No, but what? There were different groups that just added.
Yeah, but how did you know they're going to be alright if you're putting a kid in a group? So you've obviously spoke about it.
No,
you wouldn't just put a kid in. You wouldn't just put a kid in. If I had a group with all my mates,
they're not mates. I don't know
them.
It's just.
Yeah, but still, why would you put a kid in it?
No.
You do know. You're just not saying it.
I don't know. Just.
Ash, this is your first opportunity, right, to get the whole truth out there and get it cleared up. Like, what you're doing, what I think you're doing personally, is giving us half the truth, right? You said you were so drunk you can't remember the nature of any of the conversation.
You read it all back the next day.
And you're capable enough of forming a group, inviting people in, inviting an underage child. Now, if I was drunk to the point I couldn't even remember a conversation, I wouldn't be able to do that, I can guarantee you that. So it's just honesty.
But he said he read it the next day and realised he was a twat. So if you read it the next day sober and realised that you was a dickhead for doing it, you do know what you writ.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're just still trying to cover your tracks a bit. Mate, you're caught red-handed. There's no point in trying to cover your tracks. It's done. Just tell the truth.
Yeah. Ash.
All you're doing is getting yourself in more trouble lying. You think when you're sitting in front of the police telling these lies, they're going to believe you? When they've seen the evidence we've got against you. You've got no hope at all.
And bear in mind that once your phone is seized, it's going to be forensically downloaded as well. they're going to see the stuff that you've been saying on there, not just to this kid, but to anyone else that you've been speaking to on the internet, which is why I asked you how many other kids you've been speaking to.
Yeah, no.
They're going to be able to see the ones that you've deleted. They're going to be able to see the ones that you've blocked. It's all retrievable. Everything goes into a cloud. Nothing's deleted off the internet anymore. So this is your last opportunity.
Yeah, it's only that person, not that one.
What about your browsing history? Is there anything in there that's going to be questionable? Have you ever tried looking for any images or anything like that? No. And you've never asked or received any images of like teenagers or anything? No. But you have got people that are adults on there that would have sent you pictures?
Not of teenagers, no.
Okay.
I just want to know how you think it was alright to put that kid in a group. There's more to it. You're just not telling the truth.
I am telling the truth.
It's not alright to just put a 14-year-old into an adult chat.
13.
13, sorry.
Yeah, even worse.
First thing you'd say as an adult, isn't it? What have you brought this kid in there for?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Everyone would say what you're doing.
What
but
you doing?
obviously they've
Yeah.
got the same interest as you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that there's some kids out there, they look older than what they are. But, I mean,
Baby.
she looks like a little nipper. That's someone's little girl. She doesn't look like she could pass for 18, does she? She looks her age. I'd say she looks like she's just turned 13 at a push.
She was fully aware of what you was doing, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
But you were still capable of forming groups, like I said, inviting people in, spelling all your stuff right, sending messages, receiving messages.
And you was
I
very
don't get it.
capable of knowing what you was
Yeah, I
doing.
don't get it.
Very capable of knowing what you was doing when she said that she was 13 years old. I mean, what should you have done in that instance?
Labbed her off.
Yeah. But you didn't. You maintained the chat. You maintained it for 5 months. When's the last time you spoke to her?
The other day, I think.
And what was the nature of that conversation?
How you doing?
Yeah. Just basic chat. Yeah. The last time you spoke to her was 6 o'clock this afternoon. About an hour and a half before we came. Yeah. Yeah, you spoke to her first thing this morning and at 2 minutes past 6.
And you weren't drunk today. You've only had one, Karen.
Yeah.
You can't use drinking and boredom as a defence. It's not going to wash, Ash. You've had one side at a day at lunchtime and you're still messaging the kid at 6 o'clock this afternoon. When's the last time you arranged to meet her, do you reckon?
Today, a couple of days ago.
See, it's all coming back. Just honesty, it's all we want. Believe it or not, it helps you out as well. It's your first opportunity to get it all out of us.
The thing, you've admitted to some of the stuff, that's like the actual vile stuff, but you can't seem to remember some of the little details, which, you know, I think I speak on behalf of everyone. It makes it sound like you are covering something up and you're being a bit shady. You know, you can remember talking to her and asking to meet you for sex, but you can't remember some of these little minor details.
Do you know the ages of everyone else in these chat groups?
I know a couple, I don't know all of
You're
them.
the admin though.
Yeah. I don't know all of their ages.
So it's not like you vet them or anything like that before they come in. It's just what is it?
Just
Is
that
it an
one.
open? Is it an open thing or?
Yeah, an open one, anyone can join.
I mean, you get to see the nature of the chat. I mean, you're putting a video of yourself in there in like the public part of this group of you pulling yourself off in your flat, and then you're inviting kids in to go and have a look at it. You're exposing her to other people as well. Other people have contacted this kid.
Really?
Yeah, other people from that group have contacted her, trying to talk to her in the same nature that you are.
This goes deep.
That's bad. That's really bad. Your missus, is she still tutoring people?
No.
She's not. When did she stop doing that? Are we talking recent or?
No.
Oh, this is your missus now, isn't it?
Come out with.
That was your missus, wasn't it?
She don't want to know what's going on.
No, she don't seem surprised. She actually asked me if everything was alright. She should be asking you that.
That is well weird.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What, isn't there?
Yeah, man. Covering that too. Man.
Ash, what's going on? Come on.
What's going on?
Why is she just...
my life.
Ash, you're standing outside in the freezing cold. I'll keep my voice down so she don't hear. But you're standing outside in the freezing cold. There's like 6 blokes surrounding you. I've got a phone pointing in your face, and she's just walked past us and gone, is everything alright?
She's been drinking, so.
Hey?
She's been drinking. So,
Yeah.
Oh, really? So she don't care.
Yeah.
Do you two get on quite well?
Yeah and no.
No, what's that?
Yeah, it's definitely something more to this.
Yeah.
We used to be in an open relationship, and then last year we got into a monogamous.
Monogamous, yeah.
Yeah, that don't mean she's
So
going to
fucking
think
what?
it's weird that we're all here. What's fit with turn up for a gangbang?
I mean, Ash, I mean, I've seen the videos that she's got on the internet already. Yeah, you know what I'm on about, don't you?
Ash, we know everything.
So, I've seen the videos. I'll be honest with you, she seems like she's up for anything. You got a missus up there that's putting videos of herself masturbating on the internet for anyone to watch. And instead of being up there and having a good old time with her, you're opting to go out and meet 13-year-olds off the internet to have fun with them instead. And they're your words. Your words were, let's meet up and have fun. Why are you not having fun with your missus upstairs? You know, I ain't going to go into loads of detail about the videos, but let's be honest, she's not shy, is she?
No.
And you say you're getting bored. Mate, you've got it on a plate upstairs and you're trying to go out and meet 13-year-olds.
I'm not going out and meeting them, though.
You didn't just ask her the once.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't just ask her the once, you was persistent. I stopped counting at 6. Because it was like every other day at one point. It's double digits, isn't it? You asked her a lot to meet up, to have sex with you, to sit on your face, to put your penis in her mouth. After you'd instructed her to have a look at a video of you masturbating. How much does she know that's going on, Ash?
None.
None at all.
Does she just not give a fuck about you?
I
She
ain't
just
got
walked
Steve.
straight through
Crazy.
6 big geezers standing around you and not batted an eyelid. That's weird.
I'll get a second, please. Yeah, there we go. On 2 occasions it was a school night between 11 PM and midnight. Yeah, that's all it ever was. Bored and horny all the time. When you've got a missus like that upstairs, you're not putting it on her.
I try. It's just don't have it.
She's just more interested in putting videos on the internet for everyone else to look at rather than letting you go anywhere near her. I think that's just a woman thing. I think everyone's been through that before. You're not the first person to get denied sex. But it's not a normal thing to be contacting kids, is it, to get it from there instead?
No.
Do you try it with, like, the adults that you speak to as well? Try and meet them for sex?
Some of them.
Yeah. Successful? No. Is that why you go for the kid instead? Because she's a bit easier to, like, manipulate?
No.
You know, very complimentary of her as well. You know, you're constantly calling her gorgeous and sexy, and that's grooming. I mean, I'm not just throwing buzzwords at you. You're inviting a child into a group where there's other people sexually attracted to kids that also try and groom her. Alarm bells are ringing, Ash.
I feel I didn't know that.
I mean, you knew you was doing it though. I mean, regardless of the other people that are in there and what they're doing, you seem devastated that there's other people in there that are talking to a kid. I'd be, you know, don't worry about them. I'd be more concerned that you've been caught. Did you ever think this day had come?
I don't know, someone to talk to.
Yeah, but did you ever think that you'd get caught for it, or?
A little bit, I don't know.
And that's sort of that worry of someone coming to knock on your door one day and the legal implications wasn't enough to make you stop.
I don't know.
I mean, what would it cost? What would it take for you to stop? Is it the sort of thing that you can control?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So you have got the ability
I play
to.
games otherwise, like on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all play games on our phone from time to time. We've all done it. That's not illegal, though.
Beg your pardon, my lovely.
No worries.
You alright, Ash, babe?
Yeah.
I love you. You okay? Okay. Come on, Blue. Good boy.
Again, she still don't seem bothered.
She knows what you get.
Yeah, she knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, you're nodding, yeah. Are you saying yeah yourself, or you just...
No, I'm just nodding. I don't know. I know for a fact I haven't told her anything, so I don't know.
But do you think she might have an inkling of what you get up to? I mean, it seems pretty obvious.
She don't seem very surprised,
No.
does she? At all?
No.
I mean, she's saying I love you and everything. I'd be saying, what the fuck has he been doing?
Do you think she's still going to be saying, I love you, once she finds out what's going on? Because once the police are in there...
Yeah.
Yeah, once the
already
police
knows
are in there
what's
turning that place upside down, do you think she's still going to be saying I love you? Is she going to be the forgiving type that's going to let you back in, or?
I don't know.
Well, just you saying that clearly is a yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd know. That's something you'd definitely know.
Doubt it.
You doubt what?
That she would love me after.
I know you said you didn't know. Let me ask you again, because you just put a rough months, days, weeks, years, whatever. When did she stop tutoring kids?
She hasn't ever tutored kids.
Well, she advertises it.
Yeah, she's advertising to tutor in that, but
So she's still advertising now, is she?
Ever message her or
Thank God for that.
I don't know.
But she's still advertising it now. She's still...
I think so. I don't know.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel I don't know.
I mean, if she doesn't know what's going on, potentially you've ruined her career, because she can't be inviting kids back to your flat. Not if she decides to take you back. What parent in their right mind is going to want to send their kids round to her to go and get taught English and maths when you're there, when you want 13-year-olds to be sitting on your face?
I might have said it, but I don't.
Yeah, but Ash, you didn't just say it once. If you said it once and you said it was a mistake, I'd be able to get my head around it. No, it's still wrong. I'm not making it right. But you know, if you said, oh, I was drunk one night, I didn't realise what I was saying, I'd get my head around it. But you ain't saying it once. You're saying it in every conversation. You might have
I wouldn't do it.
yeah, but you might have a couple of days where you don't talk to her, but eventually you do talk to her, and the nature of the conversation isn't really how's your day going, what's your favourite colour, what music do you listen to. The nature of the conversation is, what are you up to? I'm bored, I'm going to go for a drive, I feel horny, come and sneak out and we can have sex in my car. She's 13 years old and you clearly want her for one thing. You're saying it will never happen, so what's the point in talking to her?
I don't know, it's just...
You're saying it's never going to happen.
It's
been happening.
Yeah, I know, I wouldn't go meet her.
Yeah,
Would you, right, how long have you been doing? You said 2 years you've been online doing like, yeah? So 2 years ago, if I'd have said to you, would you message a 13-year-old little girl online? What would you have said, Ash?
No.
Right. See where I'm coming from? It progresses. Yeah? The longer you people get away with it, the braver you lot get. I mean, are you bothered by this at all?
Yeah.
But you're not showing it. You're coming across like it's a bit of an inconvenience.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, all good.
Is everything alright with my partner?
He's alright.
It's fine.
Just alright, what's going on?
Do you want me to... come
Yeah,
talk
go on,
to you?
Tom.
If you don't mind. What is this in regards to?
So if she doesn't know in about the next 10 seconds, she is going to know. You know her better than anyone. Is she going to start geeking off in a minute? She is. That's something to look forward to, isn't it? She'll shut that door a little bit.
Wait till Tony comes out.
Okay.
That's the first time you've ever chatted to a young kid and you'd never intended to meet them. You're full of shit. I also that.
It's that group.
Every
How would you know?
single
How
time.
would you know you can put a kid in it?
Yeah.
They're
Kev's
all
right.
nonces, the whole group.
Kev's right. They do all say it. This isn't the first time we've done this. Between us, we've stood in front of hundreds and hundreds of people that have been talking to kids on the internet.
And we ain't
Every
ever
single
wrong.
one of them have always been arrested. Every single one of them. And of the ones that have been to court, they've all got a conviction of some sort. Ash, we've seen people go, 2, 3, 4 years for this.
The other fella got go 6 years. 6 years, 9 months.
We've seen people get some hefty sentences on top of this as well.
Especially for people adding groups and things like that. That's bad news doing that. There's so much more to that group than you're letting off right now.
There is a bit of a box ticking exercise
There's
with how bad
absolutely
it can
no way
be.
that you could think it's alright to put a kid in a group without all the other blokes knowing it's fine.
It's a bit of a box ticking exercise on how bad it could be, but you're ticking a hell of a lot of boxes. And the fact that you've made a group on the internet where you're inviting kids in there to look at videos of you masturbating. These are very, very serious offences.
They've got to think, imagine what they were talking about in that group before he had to go to it. Telling them you've got a bit of meat to add to it.
No.
So what did you say then? Just added a kid, and that was it? No one said nothing?
No, I did just clicked on loads of people.
There is, of the kids that are in that group, they've been contacted. Yeah, so if you've been talking to them, or anyone that's in your group has been spoken to in an inappropriate way by an adult, then kids are going to have to be spoken to. And it's all because of something that you've arranged.
No,
Sorry, Lloyd.
no, I
Come
didn't
on.
know.
Well, you're nodding away though.
Yeah, because
Kids,
he's
not just
talking
that.
to me. I didn't know there was other kids in there.
See? Yes. She's brilliant, your partner, isn't she?
You can be.
Yeah. How much drinking do you do?
Not a lot.
Right.
But when I do drink,
You hardly drink.
yeah, I do.
That's not what your partner said. And why would
You're
someone
just
in
full of
this
shit,
block,
aren't you?
why would someone in this block be accusing your partner of being a paedophile for the last 2 years?
Because she's got a mate who was convicted of something.
Do you understand there's no smoke without fire?
Closer.
Do you understand that? Ash,
Kind of.
look, should we just start again? Do you want to start again? Look, man up, stop giving us half-truths, and just start again. Look,
Stop lying.
You're in a trap. You're in more than a trap.
You're not lying, no?
No.
Mate, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, you're full of shit.
And do you know what that tells me
I
about
think
you?
we're so stupid.
Do you know what that tells me about you? Just my personal opinion. It screams reoffender, and it screams of someone that don't care about what they're doing. Because if you cared, you'd want to get this behind you.
You've been nicked for this before? You've been caught doing this before? You've been pulled into the station for this before?
No.
What, nothing to do with kids at all? Never know. What have you been in jail for before?
Never been in jail.
No?
Have you ever been arrested for any sort of like sexual offences?
No, joyriding when I was 16.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Nothing. I'm not talking about just the kids, but any sort of sexually related offences or anything like that. No. Because your face did drop when Ben asked that question. Your face dropped.
And your eyes were going left and right like a million miles an hour.
That's a different
Every time
reaction.
he's lied, he's done that.
Yeah.
His eyes don't stop when he lies.
And and I'm not being funny. You said you and your partner
My
don't
dad used
really.
to call me Captain Pugwash because of that.
Yeah, well, we clocked it straight away, mate. Every time you lie, your eyes are going.
Yeah. Like just.
Be honest.
Yeah. Like this must be poison in your own head. This can't be healthy for you to have this in your mind. You need to get it out there and get yourself on some sort of road to recovery, because you look like you clearly do not care one way or the other.
I do care.
Well, then tell the truth.
So stop lying.
Yeah.
And how frustrating it is. We
Yeah.
stand there, every question we ask you, you're lying.
And we know the answer.
You're talking shit.
You're
You ain't
coming
coming out
across
no
as someone
truth.
that's got the ump because we've really
Yeah.
inconvenienced your night of
Yeah.
playing Fortnite on an Xbox.
Yeah. Your partner up there said, "Oh my God, why is he doing that when he's got me here?" So you saying that you don't get romantic and that you're bored and you don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing this. You're doing this. I'll tell you why you're doing this, because it's an interest of yours. You are interested in underage children. It's clear. Mate, look, you've
He's
got a woman
100%
upstairs.
right. What he's saying to you
Yeah.
is 100% right.
You've got a woman upstairs. You could walk through that front door right now, drop your pants, and she'd jump on you. She would. She just told me that. So you clearly have an interest in children. Ash, I mean, I don't know how much more, in layman's terms, we can put this.
You're
Like
called
something's got
bang
to
to
click in
rights,
your
man.
head.
Bang to rights.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to try and help you again, right? This is your first opportunity, yeah, to put your case across. This goes in your favour, being honest, yeah? When the police see this and they see there and you're lying, do you think they're going to believe anything you tell them after that? No. Clear it up. You need to get it behind you. Not half-truths, the truth.
If we've managed to uncover some of your lies,
Yeah.
you don't stand a chance with the old Bill, do you? So when the old Bill do turn up, if we turn around to him and say, look, he has been honest, he said that this has happened, he said that's happened,
Sorry.
they're more inclined to believe you. But at the moment, when they turn up, I'm going to be saying to them, he's lied through the back teeth since I first started asking questions.
Clearly don't care.
I do care.
Well then, show
About
us.
what?
Yeah.
What do you care about?
A load of things.
Hey?
A load of things. But I am caring
What
about
about the
this.
fucking
You just
kids?
care that you've been caught.
Yeah, I care about kids.
You care about yourself, don't you?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, we all care about kids,
themselves.
just not the same way that you do.
No, I don't care about them in that way.
You do. Stop fucking lying.
Do you think any of us have added a 13-year-old to a group with videos of us wanking in it? Do you think any of us messaged little 13-year-old girls to come sit on our face? Do you not see what you're doing? Do you not understand what your intentions are? Do you know what you are? You're a pervert, you're a pedo, aren't you? If in your head, that's what you are.
No.
You are. You don't admit it, but when you're convicted tonight, that's what you're going to be.
You're going to be reading that in black and white.
Now, we're only scratching the surface of some of the stuff that you've said. You know, I'm not reading it out word for word. I'm paraphrasing a lot of it. But this gets dark.
Yeah. And your defence of alcohol and being drunk is just clearly been thrown clean out the window by your loving partner. How ironic.
Something you touched on before, that, you know, you
Yeah,
have got the ability.
No.
You said you've got
Not
the
one
ability
bit.
to stop doing this.
He's not one bit.
Yeah, play games instead. Or
Yeah, but when you're not playing games, you go back to the kid. If you've got the ability to stop talking to her, why do you not just stop? What makes you keep going back?
No, she replies. I don't know.
If you don't message her in the first place, she's not going to reply, is she?
Sure.
It takes two people to have a conversation. You're the one leading the conversation. You're the one instigating it. You're the one driving it in a direction of sex. Not once has she sort of insinuated that that's the sort of thing that she wants. You know, at one point, she even gave you the opportunity to stop talking to her. When you said about getting in trouble, she's like, you can always stop talking to me. Do you remember what you put back to her? You put, no, it's okay, hun. That's not the signs of someone that's got full control of what he's doing. You've got uncontrollable sexual urges. If you could control them, you would stop.
I'm not acting on them though. I'm not.
You are acting on them.
Yeah.
You're acting on them because you pick your phone up, or you go on your computer, or whatever it is you go on, and you give her a little good morning message. You've got a missus up there laying in bed next to you, and you're picking your phone up first thing in the morning and texting a kid before she goes to school, wishing her a good day. As well as being illegal, that is just well weird.
Yeah, it's mad. Just makes no sense.
There's a lot of things you could be doing with your time to ease your boredom.
You see you've got a problem.
Talking people, yeah.
Eh?
No, not people.
With children having an attraction to kids.
I'm not attracted to.
Well,
kids,
you are.
so-
Stop lying.
Look, if this is the sort of thing that you need help with, no one's going to offer it to you on a plate. They're not going to be waving pamphlets in front of you, going to have meetings and stuff like that, and counselling sessions. It's the sort of thing where you've got to put your hands up and go, look, I can't control it. It is an urge. I know I shouldn't be doing it. I know it's wrong, but I just cannot stop. I need help. That is when they chuck help your way. If you're in denial and you say there ain't a problem, you're just a criminal. Where do criminals belong?
Ash, when you get to the police station, are you going to ask for help? Are you going to ask them, like, what can I do to stop this and that? Are you going to ask? You are?
Yeah.
Alright, so why are you asking that if there ain't a problem?
I don't know. It's
Ash.
not. I'm attracted to blokes as well, and it's weird.
Hey?
I'm on Grindr as well. So
Yeah, but we're not
Does
here
your-
for that.
does your
That's your
missus know about
business.
Kids?
Now, I did ask you at the beginning if you was attracted to men, and like, do you try and message them to
You
come
said
out,
no.
and you said no.
It's crazy.
You're either going to have to come out with the truth, get a better defence.
There we go. Taxi.
Do you miss your little boys?
So you're right to
Yeah, mate.
keep it nice and chilled, yeah. Thank Tracey Rhi Searcher.
Yeah. Nice one, Tracey Rhi Searcher. Smashed it on this one. Good stuff. Just a shame you can't man up.
Mate,
And
you know
start-
when you go in this interview,
Yeah.
you've got to tell the truth. You know, if you do what you've done with us here, it ain't going to watch. You're going to get yourself longer in jail.
You're going to get nowhere unless you admit you've got a problem.
Yeah. And you clearly have, Ash. Do you know what I mean? If you were standing where I was standing, looking at someone and talking to them like, what? Come on. Don't take a genius to work out, does it? Is that Ash? How many more are there? You can start crying. You're getting a bit of realisation that is it all sinking in now, yeah?
How many more kids are in that group?
I don't know. I feel I don't know.
How many do you know of? How many do you actively chat in that group when you know they're underage?
Only her.
Ash, come on, man.
I
You
promise.
should know if you're admin.
Talk to Ben and tell him the truth, Ash.
I am telling you the truth.
You're not.
You ain't told the truth, I'll tell you.
I don't know.
But you're telling me you don't know if one of them other people are underage.
No,
You do.
I don't.
You know who's in that group, huh? You know who's in it. You added them.
Yeah, because I've just gone like that to talk to you.
Yeah, but it don't matter if you're just going like that. You're looking at their picture. You can tell what's a kid or not. You knew she was a kid. You knew our one was a kid, didn't you?
What about out the group?
Right, group.
Yeah, like privately you messaging on Facebook or... Ash, come on, man. It's just mad. That's how I know you don't want help. You don't care.
No,
You don't care.
You think you're going to lay your way out the police station? Ain't gonna work. You're going to end up getting yourself a proper long time in jail by doing this stupid shit you're doing now. You know that.
You've got an
I
opportunity.
don't care. I want you to go to jail as long.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love it if they give you 10 years. Do you know what I mean? I reckon there's more to this group, and I reckon once they find out about all that, I hope you get a really long jail sentence.
Yeah, mate.
So obviously
Yes,
people like you are dangerous to kids. You're trying to actively meet a 13-year-old girl.
Predator.
Do you know how bad that is? Asking her to sit on your face while she sucks your dick. Do you think that's alright? Do you think that men should be allowed out on the street if they've got them intentions? No, you should be in jail for a long time. So do you know what? Go there and lie to them. Lie as much as you like. I want you to. I want them to catch you out and everything and give you a long time. Go not guilty at all. Get yourself an extra third.
He's right, man. We've tried. How many times do you want us to try and help you? Ash, come on, man. You got a number? They're going to find it out.
Whose number?
A number of how many kids you're talking?
Yeah. Anyone? Not.
One, that is it. Oh, I swear on my life.
No, forget that. Yeah, forget that. Forget that. Do you understand what the chances are of you talking to just one child and it happens to be one of our girls? Do you understand how slim? It's a zero, mate. That's how we know there's more. Yeah, shrug your shoulders all you want because the police will find out. Do that to them.
I bet there's a lot in
Yeah, oh, mate, yeah. Yeah, in the group, and I reckon out of it and all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you've got to warm them up to get them into it.
Yeah, and I think
Grooming,
something from
put them
upstairs
into
is
the
going to
group.
come out of the wash and all. You know that, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There's no
I reckon
smoke
he-
without
he
fire.
grooms them on normal sites, gets them in, adds them to that group.
Yeah,
That's the
and moves them
Nonce
on. Yeah,
group. For
yeah.
the Paedos.
100%.
All got the same intentions, all attracted to kids. But how would you know all them different people? You know what I mean?
Are happy
You're
to have an
you're
underage
you're
child
up
there.
to stuff. You've been,
Yeah.
You've been in groups for years doing this. You're up to stuff.
You tried using alcohol as a defence. You don't even drink. You rarely drink.
She's just told us that was a lie straight away.
Yeah. So I mean, you're nodding, yeah, like
You said you
yeah,
remember
but
because you were pissed, but then you said you read them back when you're sober the next day and thought you were a twat.
yeah.
So you do know what everything that you've had. Obviously you weren't pissed when you read it anyway. You just had an argument.
Forget quite easily.
You're in
Mate,
denial
if
and you're
you-
full of
that's
shit.
It don't matter if you forget. That don't mean every time you've got the on you can talk to a kid. If you're going to forget about it after, you didn't. You're still thinking to do it. Don't matter if you forget about it after. Your intention was there to speak to a 13-year-old kid and meet her to suck your dick the way you looked her up. That's what you wanted to do. And there's no denying that. It's you're constantly trying to get that same thing. So that's what you want to do with her. But you can lie as much as you like, but we know your intention was to meet her. If she'd come and met you, that's what would have happened. You'd have done that. You can say you wouldn't as much as you like, but you would have. Yes, you would have. No, you wouldn't. You'd have gone and met her, and that's what you'd have tried to do as soon as you met her.
You said yourself, if I'd have asked you the question 2 years ago, would you message an underage child online? What would you say to me?
No.
And what have you been doing since then?
Okay.
It don't take a genius, does it?
Tips, I said.
Do you see how bad it is, what you've done? Do you?
I do.
If you did, you tell the truth.
Yeah.
You tell the truth what's going on, so that everything else can get sorted out. There's other kids that are involved in this. There's going to be real kids involved in this, so this needs to be looked into properly. But you're lying.
I'm not lying. I don't know anyone on the groups. I say hello in there and I get blamed.
And why are you putting videos of yourself wanking on there then? Do you mean you don't know? Is that what you do?
Yeah,
Just
if you don't know none of them, yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
Listen, you're a compulsive liar.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
You don't
Honestly,
care.
It's frustrating how much you're full of shit. Because you know that you could open up a can of worms with this.
100%.
A lot of other nonsense
No,
like
you're
you will be
nodding.
getting caught. You're going to have to tell them because they're going to get all off the phone anyway. So you're going to have to tell them everything.
What other devices you got?
Haven't. We've got an Xbox, that's it.
Yeah, they'll take that.
They're
as well,
taking
which is
that and
awesome.
all.
They're going to take your missus' phone and that and all.
Hopefully.
So you know they're going to find stuff on that and all.
Yeah.
So what started with one of your neighbours accusing your partner then for the last 2 years? How did that come about?
She's got a friend who was, I don't know if he was charged or that, but it was all in the paper that he's got charged with a certain thing and
What, raping a kid?
not having over 6,000 images or something like that.
In them months like you.
Can you see though, Ray, it's like, it's all going together like a puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is he in your group?
You know. He knows.
No?
No. I don't like it.
All right, chaps. Hello, mate. Is it Ashley?
Right, yeah.
You're right, dude. So obviously, the reason we're here is we've been called that you've been spending someone online, mate. All right. So the time is 20:36. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being engaged in sexual communications with a child. All right. So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
Yeah.
Anything you do say may be given in evidence. The reason for your arrest is for a prompt and effective investigation by means of interview. Basically means we're going to take you to the police station to have an interview, a conversation about what's happened here, all right, and to prevent further contact with that child, can't speak, it's too cold, protect a vulnerable victim, all right, mate. I'm going to have to put you in cuffs and give you a bit of search. Go and get in the car, mate, all right, and we'll get it sorted out. All right, walk over to the car.
Yeah.
You've got anything on you that's going to hurt you? No, it's going to hurt me. No, I'm aware of it. Figure it out in a minute. I'm going to get away from it.
No, you can hold that, mate. My hands are cold.
Hey, what about that with a partner?
There he goes. Ash from Southend. Ash from Southend, who thinks it's alright to talk to 13-year-old kids. Thinks it's alright to arrange to meet him in his car. Thinks it's alright to ask little girls to sit on his face and have oral sex with him.
Don't say they're going to go for Chelmsford, possibly. You take that. I'll take that. Alex, you clear for Chelmsford. Oh, mate. Just turn it off, mate. That should make a note of the time you turn it off. You've got something on underneath this?
Massive wrong un that there's definitely a lot more to him. Definitely a lot more to his missus as well. But the police have already been authorised to go in there and search his gaff as well, so any little seedy secrets he's got going on up there, they're soon going to find it, I reckon. A massive well done to Tracey Rhi Searcher on this. Had him for 5 months now, with him every day, bombarding her and bugging her for a meet. Yeah, for 5 solid months. Well done everyone else as well that was any involvement in this. Everyone at London Overwatch had a bit of an input. Helped us catch this guy. Right, he's off. I'm going to go and talk to the police. So yeah, massive well done Tracey Rhi Searcher, massive well done everyone involved. And we've got quite a few lined up now. So I know we've been quiet, but you're going to see a bit more of us now. So please keep sharing for awareness. Please check your kids' devices. And we'll see you on the next one. Well done everyone.